Hello, and welcome to the Do Go On podcast. I am Matt Stewart, sitting in little Davey Warnicki's seat because we've given him a week off. The backlash was strong after last week's episode, and we've asked him to sit this one out. Jess, welcome to the show. You are my right-hand human. You want to tell me what's going on?
Firstly, well done.
Thank you.
I know that was really stressful for you to take over from introducing the show.
Yeah.
You are sitting in little Davey Warnicki's little chair. And you could get a normal sized chair if you wanted to. You don't have to sit in his tiny baby chair.
It feels weird. It makes me feel like a giant.
Yeah, you look uncomfortable. But if you're okay, then that's fine. I'm happy to keep going.
Okay.
So we've kicked Dave out for the week.
Due to popular demand.
Popular demand. He was a little. What would we say?
I can't remember. We recorded that a while ago.
It was a while ago. But people were not happy with him last week. I think because by the end of the episode, my soul had been shattered into a million pieces.
And you were very convincing, I imagine.
You imagine.
Because everyone knows you don't really have a soul.
Yeah, everyone knows. So
as a left-handed person.
People said Dave should have a 1-week ban. So instead, we've brought in our good friend.
Have we brought in a good friend?
Yeah, everyone's a good friend.
Jess just turned into a mum who's had it like just 2 kids and just got nothing left. In that she's on a podcast. It's like 2 minutes in, and she's got a hand over her mouth as she's talking, and she just doesn't give a shit. Do you swear on your podcast?
Yeah, we do now.
We got the highest ranking, the highest possible level of warning for expletives, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I think we got a XXX rating.
Do we?
Yeah.
That makes it sound like
Because there's lots of
porn.
cocks and pusses on
So
here.
much. Anyway.
Oh, it was Quinn Crowley specifically on the Twitter
Yes.
asked if Dave could have
Dr. Quinn, medicine woman.
1 week ban.
1 week ban for
He
Dave.
called his behaviour unacceptable. So
subbing in is
Sub.
our good friend
Sub.
Broden Kelly. Hello, Broden.
Hello. No one knows who I am.
Broden Kelly, one member of Aunty Donna. They do know who you are because we've referenced Aunty Donna in the podcast before.
Yes.
And people are like, talk more about Aunty Donna.
Yes.
you're actually in the hat, Aunty Donna.
Yeah, Aunty Donna's
is
in the hat as a suggestion
in
of
the
a
hat?
topic.
The hat
Oh,
is
yeah,
like the
okay.
suggestion hat.
I was like, you're in the hat. You're in the special Do Go On hat.
Yes,
that
that's
you
right.
wear around the streets parading.
Yes.
the pod.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
As a topic.
Yeah, as a
Yeah,
topic.
someone suggested you as a topic.
So does that mean one of you, or Dave,
Yeah.
would have to go off and research?
Yeah.
If one of us pulls that out of the hat one time.
Far Canal.
Isn't that
the
weird?
canal down the road. Far
Far
Canal.
Canal.
Is it a good story?
The Aunty Donna story. No, it's boring as all buggery, but we get it asked it maybe weekly.
Yeah.
Whenever there's something we're trying to plug or sell and we have to do an interview. Where did you... We went to uni together. The end.
Yeah.
Oh, that is fascinating.
Wow.
And what kind of comedy do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do get pretty good at answering those questions.
Yeah.
Like, you'd have a pretty good answer now.
Well, the rule we have is when everyone asks about our name, which just has a boring origin story, we never answer it correctly. And we always make a new story up every time. We were in Darwin a couple of weeks ago, as were you, Jess
Yeah.
Perkins.
I was there. Matt was there too with me.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, well, you can suck a fuck, as the Aunty Donna boys would say.
Sucker fuck, that's actually from Donnie Darko.
Donnie Darko, sorry. Aunty Donnie Darko. Aunty
What a
Donnie
save, what a
Darko.
save.
Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah, oh yeah, big time.
Because Maggie Gyllenhaal says it to Jake Gyllenhaal and they're at the dinner table.
Sucker fuck.
Suck a fuck.
Yeah, and it's a fun thing, and then the film's quite, moving for angsty teenagers in the
Yeah.
mid-noughties, like Broden Kelly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, did you go through an emo
Wait,
phase?
who's Broden Kelly again?
No, Matt, I've told you, I'm Broden Kelly.
Right, sorry,
I'm
yes.
from Aunty Donna.
Okay, oh, one of the Aunty Donna boys.
Yes, Matt Stewart, winner of Raw Comedy 2001.
Hang on.
You
Yes.
haven't done much since, have you, mate?
Oh, look.
Oh, no, it's just
you missed the mark briefly, but
That's all right.
hey, thank you.
Broden was telling a story from
but
Darwin.
But people who don't know what Aunty Donna is, we should say they're a comedy sketch
They're a comedy
troupe
sketch troupe.
from the internet and television, soon to be Stan
And stage.
in Australia.
We are on as stands. We will be on stands sometime next year doing a pilot for them called Chaperones. and yes, and that's good. We also have a YouTube channel. YouTube channel.
Oh,
and
yeah.
but we don't have to talk about us. We're boring.
Ooh, hello.
What was that?
Talk amongst yourselves.
Matt's computer.
I'll tell you about my Darwin story.
Yeah, you tell me that.
So we were in Darwin, and Zach did a phone interview with the main paper up there, which name escapes me. The Darwin Gazette, I presume.
Yeah.
And
they're all gazettes.
and he
It's
told
not
him
the NT News one that's always got a crocodile in the front.
that's the one, probably. And Zach told them that his auntie Donna was a crocodile hunter. So that's why they named the group. And then when we got there was an article. Auntie Donna actually have a connection to Darwin, as the name of the group comes from Zach's auntie, who was a crocodile wrangler. And that was
good.
bullshit. And we're like, well, that's great that it's in a
That's
state newspaper.
That's really
That is
good.
very good.
You got them good.
We got him. Gotcha, NT.
Gotcha. You're a buddy regular Matt Tilley.
I forgot about the gotcha calls.
They're great.
Oh, wow.
He's still going, isn't he, Matt?
He is, yes.
There was
Is
a
he?
lot of accents in that, wasn't there? There was a lot
Yeah.
of... He'd do a lot of accents.
Was it Joe and Matt?
and
Yeah.
Matt.
And last year he told Amy Schumer that her character was Skanky in
Yeah, that's right.
Trainwreck, and she said "fuck you" essentially.
Yep.
And then everyone's like, Matt Tilley, you're in big trouble, buddy." And here we are today.
Here we are.
Here
And
we are.
talking
He's
about
still got a job
Gotcha.
at a big radio station. So,
And hopefully you too.
Hey, look,
will one day, Jess.
we all make poor decisions sometimes, and I don't think
name
we should.
one I've made.
I don't think we should
Name
hang
one.
and
Name
quarter him. Is that hang, draw, and quarter him either?
Name a bad decision I've made. Exactly.
I'm gonna say that wind cheater you're wearing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cute. It's got polka dots.
Are they polka dots?
No, I
Yeah.
don't think they're poker. I think they're stars in a night
else would
sky.
Yeah, that's so
Welcome-
much worse.
Welcome to Interpreting Jess's Wind Cheater. I'm Broden Kelly here with Matt Stewart. I think they're I think they're little speckles.
Little speckled hen. Look at it. Frolicking in the open range zoo.
How good is speckled hen?
That's great.
Have you seen the speckled hen? Is this how the podcast
Yeah.
usually goes?
Yep.
I think normally by now we've got into the topic.
But that's what we need Dave for. Dave's the one who
Yeah, he's
gets
the one who
the
keeps
ball
us on
rolling.
track.
Does that mean that
See, do you think people are regretting telling us to ban Dave now?
Well,
He's the glue that
probably.
holds this shit together.
He really is.
And we've subbed in just another loose cunt. Fuck. Can you bleep that?
another
You did
loose,
last time.
I did last
another
time.
loose cunton,
Cunt.
cunton. Yes,
Who's
and so
cannon?
let's go to Macca's.
Yeah, all right.
Come on, get some McFlurries.
Everybody get in the car. But let's drive our separate cars.
Yeah,
there,
I don't.
right?
I would rather. I just got a new car and I want to keep it clean. I've got this idea in my head that I'm not going to let anyone eat in my car. And I'm going to be one of
Sure.
those people.
That's a good rule.
Are you also not going to eat in the car?
Yeah, I'm not eating in the car. If I had my way, no one would eat. I'm going to be that guy like that. Dad, you're not getting in the car with that bloody Sunday. You eat it at the park bench and chuck it in that public receptacle, and then we'll go home to some sort of outer Frankston suburb, I imagine.
Yeah.
Seaford. I'm going to go with Seaford.
What?
Okay.
So you are doing very well. Obviously, you're buying new cars.
I was in a severe car accident, Matt, and a car went through a red light and careered into me and rode my car off. Yeah,
It rode it off.
yeah,
Right
rode it
into
off.
the sunset.
Yeah, yes. Was it wrote off? Is it
I
written
think it's
off?
wrote off. Yeah.
I wrote it off.
Maybe I am some sort of grammar Nazi like that guy said.
Mm.
What? No. You know when you regret everything you say all the time?
No.
Yeah.
I only say good things, you pack of cunts.
Oh, boy. So do you feel like a bit of a dick now that you're like, oh, so I got a fancy new car? It's because his car was written off in an accident.
Yeah, I was wondering why you're in that full body cast.
Yeah.
Okay, we're lucky to have him.
I thought it might have been another one of your little sketches.
In fairness, I did buy a car worth more than the car was valued at.
Mm-hmm.
So
a little bit of light insurance fraud. Is that what we're talking?
Yeah, I frauded an insurance company in the last 6 months.
That is one. I think that's one of the frauds that people don't mind too much. No, it's socially acceptable fraud, insurance fraud, I reckon.
Yeah.
Oh, you ripped off an insurance company. We feel sorry for them.
It was a bizarre experience. Because the guy came to see my car, and it was only a bit of fender damage or is fender a thing?
Yeah, it is in America.
Well, the front of the car.
I think we call them bumper bars.
Yeah, a bumper bar's like the.
I don't know about cars.
What I bloody know.
Anyway, they got the car and said, no, that's nah. They just went, it's worth, you were going to write it off. And I went, oh, I could fix that. They went, no, you just have the money. I was like, all right, jeez.
And now you're driving a Porsche.
Yeah, now I'm in a Fiat, no, I can't think of a funny car.
Fiat's pretty funny.
Fiat Punto.
Oh.
I'm in a Fiat Punto.
Punto. Puntos are good.
Yeah, fuck, I could go a Punto.
You guys want to go out for a punto later?
Yeah, hop in me Fiat Punto. I'm just looking beyond you. We're at the new Stupid Old Studios podcast recording studio, and I must say it is fantastic. And my shirt that I wore for Sammy J's show is the Devils over there. It just hasn't moved in 3 months.
No, it actually was on that chair.
Oh, it has.
I moved it across last week.
This is a funny place. It's where we do our Aunty Donna podcast, or we will do it. And it's full of magic. It's like Disneyland, but for very depressed comedians from Melbourne.
I love it here.
Yeah, I love it here too.
We love it here, Matt.
I love it here too. Hey, that's great. We should really start the show.
Yeah, we should do.
Great, yeah.
So the way it normally works,
yeah,
Broden, is... Oh, we probably should have told you this. Normally the person doing the report, which is you today, because you'll fill in Dave.
What?
And the way you start the report, which is annoying to everyone listening because they've already seen the topic as they clicked on the episode, but Jess and I don't know what it is, and you ask us a question related to the topic. Oh, yeah. Should we have told you about that by now?
Yeah, and what do you want? What do you want from the question? Do you know what I mean?
It could be any. It could either be.
We just want to.
It could be like say the answer was the Melbourne Football Club. You might say, what is the oldest sporting team in Australia or something, or you might say, what is the shittest thing about me, Broden Kelly?
Okay, well,
and you go, well, you support the Melbourne Football Club. You know, for instance.
Wow.
I didn't realise this was a podcast where you invite friends in and you just bash them.
It's an intervention podcast, yeah.
I don't see how my personal life is important here. I'm just trying to go and help out some boys because Dave Warnicki's not here and you're bullying my Melbourne Football Club supporting, and I don't appreciate it.
So look, I'm pretty sure Twitter will tell me to have a week off now.
It could be worse.
Could be a bit rough.
Could be going for the bloody Sainers.
Oh, hang on.
Get stuffed, you assholes. Fuck you.
Too soon, too much.
Stop shitting on each other's footy teams, okay?
Oh, shit on your footy team.
They all do their best.
Who do you go for again, Jeff?
I don't really go. I like Collingwood, but I don't. Like I couldn't
suck.
name a player.
Yes, Jess supports finding that great joke and telling it in front of a live audience because she's a true stand-up. That's what she supports.
Thank you, Broden.
Truthful moments on stage. Truth. And let's hope that one day she finds that.
She's not quite in the ballpark yet.
No,
but
not yet. Not even in the car park. But one day she'll.
Started off so well. I should have known.
Not even on the train You're not even in the country.
You're waiting your flight. You're in Abu Dhabi waiting for your connecting flight, but it's been delayed.
Yeah, but you will find that one day. All right, the question is, and I haven't got one, so what is... I don't even know if this is a truthful answer, but what is the one airline... It's probably not true, because what is the one airline that has never crashed? What's the most obvious one that has never crashed?
I've seen Rain Man.
Yeah, it's
is it
Dustin Hoffman Airline. Wrong.
Jess, you got a guess? Because if that is it Rain Man related?
Yeah.
Do you know the answer to that? Have a stab.
Nah.
Ansett Airways.
No, that crashed in multiple ways. It was ended up being owned by New Zealand Air at the end. Did you know that? It was.
I didn't know that.
By New Zealand Air and then Air New Zealand. And
It's
then
Qantas, right, bro?
The answer is Qantas. It never crashed.
Never crashed.
Is this
Never
a well-known fact about you that you're a plane spotter?
No one cares. That's not it's a well-known fact. I imagine would be like. Yeah, I don't know. No. This is the thing I've discovered this week is that I only know a surface amount about planes to the point where if anyone asks me, it's like, yeah, I love planes. But yes, no, I am a big plane fan. I enjoy every time I get on a plane. I ask a flight attendant, what am I flying on, or I try and take a guess. So there's some poor lady. Who's going, I'm like, is this a Boeing 777? And they go, no, it's not. I go, okay.
Okay, thank you. Apple juice, please.
Thank you. Can I get a little black coffee? And then, because I'm from Melbourne, I love coffee. and then, but no, I always, and I spend a lot of time on YouTube watching, plane takeoffs in St. Martin's, which is a very interesting airport. For my birthday last year, my mum really got me a trip on a flight simulator, so I got to fly a plane.
That's fun.
Boeing 737, and I almost killed a lot of people on the plane. So yeah, no, I'm a bit of a plane man.
You also know, one of the first conversations we had was I was about to fly overseas, and you said, "Oh, where are you flying through?" And I told you, and you said, "Oh, that'd be," and you knew the model of the plane it would be, and then it would be changing over.
Yeah.
And a different model for the second leg.
Yeah,
you knew a lot about.
So, yeah, you're probably right. I'm probably partially gone mentally.
Autistic, yeah.
Yeah, I'm an artistic man. And what was that? Well, who were you flying with? I can't remember.
I was flying. I can't remember either. I think it was Emirates, maybe.
Yeah, right.
Or one of those
Airbus
sort of
A380. I think I'm more interested in commercial airlines and how they run. It's very interesting. I think they only run on maybe a 6% profit margin, which is incredible. The idea that the ticket, if you paid $2,000 for a ticket, what's 6% of $2,000?
You're talking to the wrong person. We need Warnicky. Warnicky's the numbers man.
10 times 20. What's 6 times 20? That feels like we should. It's $120.
Yeah. So the margin that an airline is making off your flight is really, really small, which I think is very interesting.
Yeah.
It's getting better as prices become more manageable.
But the people up in the top end, paying fuckloads for a ticket, then I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. First class. I'm obsessed with first class at the moment, but I thought today I would talk about one particular instance where Qantas have come the closest to crashing.
Ooh.
Would you like to hear about that?
Nah.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks for having me. I'll be off to watch Geelong Hawthorn tonight. It should be a great match. Is your audience in Australia or international?
It's pretty spread.
Glad you asked, bro.
Pretty
actually got quite an international audience.
Yeah, we asked
Really?
a month or two back. We asked where everyone was from. We had a list of more than a dozen countries, I think.
Yeah,
That's great.
Quite a lot in the States.
Seems to be a
across
few
the
in
UK,
Ohio.
A few in Ohio.
Oh, cool.
If
If anyone's in Los Angeles on the 28th, come to an Aunty Donna show in Largo. Anyway, so I'll give you a bit of
I'm on the podcast. He plugs his little sketches.
little sketches, Jess.
Yeah,
Little.
bro, little sketches.
Well, that's nice coming from a little person. So I'll tell you about a plane. Are either of you familiar with the Airbus A380?
Is that the double decker?
Yes.
Oh, I
Yeah.
was just on one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So you must know a myriad of facts and
Heaps.
factoids.
I know heaps about it. Ask me anything.
How many engines did it have?
Like 6-ish.
Correct. The answer is 6-ish. It depends on how the plane is feeling that day. Sometimes a plane can have upwards of 42 engines depending on how it feels.
Are they the ones that have self-tinting windows? You don't have the blinds?
No, that's a Dreamliner 787. So essentially...
I love hearing this, and then because a lot of what you see of Broden is just cum jokes, So it's nice. It's nice to get this side as well.
They're coming. Pun intended. So essentially, there is two major manufacturers of planes in the world.
Ooh. Airbus
Yes.
And
The one I've said, yes.
I'm like, for some reason that was in my head. And that Boeing.
And Boeing, yes. And extra points, which I'll be awarding today, if you can tell me where both of those companies
One's
are
in
from.
Germany
Wrong.
and one's in America.
Wrong. The first one's wrong. Second one was right.
One's in America.
Because I had a friend who went over to Germany
Yes.
to work for Boeing.
Yeah, well, parts. Yes, so part of you are partly right. It's part of Airbus is in Germany, but it's a
Airbus.
French-based company.
And
I'm
Boeing's American.
Can I do like a little caveat or
Yes.
like a preface? Is everything I'm about to say is wrong?
Right, great.
So
Great.
this is all going on. Like I'm not one of those kids at school who did well. I was I got the gist of things.
Yeah.
I've always been a gist guy. So most of this is wrong. This is a gisty one.
Oh, look, it's a very gisty podcast, if we're
Yeah,
honest.
no,
Yeah.
we take it really seriously.
Oh, I didn't realise I was with the gisty guys.
Yeah, we're the gisty girls.
Logisty guys.
A 5, 6, 7. So yeah, the Boeing and the Airbus, and for the last say 25 years for international travel, Boeing has sort of had the monopoly. It's monopoly, the control of that industry with their big plane, the Boeing 747, which is a very, very big plane that pretty much controlled long-haul flights across the world. And Airbus in the late 90s decided that they were going to compete and they wanted to make the best, biggest plane in the world. So they built the Airbus A380, which is, as Perko said, which is your new nickname. Did anyone call you Perko?
Yeah,
Oh, right.
like all through school.
Was it on the back of your Year 12 jumper?
No, but it was on my pencil case.
What was on the back of your Year 12 jumper?
Scout.
Why?
One of my friends had Gem from like To Kill a Mockingbird, Gem and Scout. So it was a long story.
So it was just like, oh, I want one too, sort of thing. That's a bit of a sad story, really. She had an actual one, and then you just sort of tagged along.
No. Why would hers be Gem when her name was Alice?
Good question.
It was okay. Well, shut up. What was on the back of your Year 12 jumper?
I'm really embarrassed by this, and I need to give context. I was an acting boy, and I did all the musicals at school.
You two have so much in common.
Yeah,
Who?
You
Us?
two, drama captain.
I was drama captain.
Drama
yeah.
captain.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know there was a drama captain. Possibly wasn't. So we sort of all have something in common in a way.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's that we all just love to laugh.
Yeah.
I used to, I don't know, I was just a weird kid, and I had talented on the back of
You
my
did
shirt.
not.
As like a joke, I guess.
It wasn't a joke.
It was a joke.
No, you were like, mm-hmm.
It was like,
Going straight
it was
to the
me
top.
trying to, I don't know what I was doing. I feel like people, I like to make it like to create this idea that I was a big egotistical guy, which I probably was. And so I put talent, and I hated that. It was such a dumb thing to do. What did you have?
Stew dog.
Ugh.
That's exactly what I expected.
Yeah.
I can see you without your beard.
That or
walking
Stewie
around.
would have
I had
made
a beard.
sense.
My nickname, that was some guy gave me that, and it just for some reason it
Stew dog.
really stuck. Like people loved it. They found it so funny for some reason. It's just, I never fully got it, but obviously I embraced it enough to put it on the back of the
What year was that?
year
A
12.
1992.
Oh, what year?
Was it year 12? What? What year of the world?
2001.
Really?
Yeah.
What year? What are you? 2007?
8.
Yeah, okay, right. 2001. So you finished year 12 the year 9/11 happened.
Yeah. I remember that. Do you guys remember it?
Yes.
Oh, no, I was in grade 5 or 6. Yeah, but I remember.
I
I was 11 years old.
yeah.
Oh, interesting. So hang on.
September.
11 years old, 9/11. We did this.
Do you reckon it was an inside job?
Yeah, I reckon Perko with
I love that you really thought Perko was super funny. Like, oh, buddy, Perko
Would
over
anyone
here.
have ever thought
Nobody's thought of that. A lot of people thought of
the
that.
name's Perkins. If I shorten it and add an O.
Because you're 08 as well, right?
No, 7.
07.
07.
Yeah, 07. Yeah, but the year that nothing really happened. There was some great songs.
Yeah, I don't remember 07.
Really?
Don't remember it at all.
I imagine you were on some sort of Kentucky
Yes.
No, 06, not on Kentucky, but I went backpacking in 06.
06. I was 16 years old.
Oh my God. Isn't it mad how people have different ages?
I know, I just like
I
to...
can't get my head around it.
You know, I like to remind you that you're very old.
That I've just banked 7 more years than you. If you die in the next 7 years, I win.
Hey, we're all
crossed.
hoping. Okay?
I'm the bloody clubhouse leader.
All right. So where were we?
You were talking about the plane that I just went on.
Oh,
Airbus
what were the planes that
A380.
crashed in 9/11?
Oh.
That was smaller, weren't
There was
they?
a couple. There was a United. Oh, I couldn't tell you. They would be. There's some Boeing 737 potentially. I don't know. They would be domestic length flights, not big.
Yeah, they were
enough
cross
to
country.
enough to really leave a message.
They weren't little Cessnas, you know.
They weren't Cessnas, that's for sure. Hey, well done.
Thank you.
Cessna's a little plane.
They're little.
It's really coming down outside.
Yeah, it is. You
really
can
nice.
You might even be able to hear it. It's
quite calming.
It's raining.
I love rain on a tin roof.
Mm.
I feel like you're
So
about to start a
soothing.
song.
Pass me the guitar.
I love rain on a tin roof. Here's a little ditty about it.
It's Saturday morning, the kids are in bed. I'm Matt Stewart. I was in year 12 when the bloody towers went down. We'll love old rain on the bloody tin roof and a one raw comedy. How do you do? Well, I'm Matt old Stewart and I'm in the house making a couple of toasties. A ding a ding 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 ding.
And then he's got a harmonica solo.
Every now and then you go, is Broden that funny? And then, he'll
Yeah.
surprise you. You go, yes.
Yeah.
How far in are we? Was it I just looked at my phone like I was timing it.
We're over half an hour in.
Oh, shit.
Oh, jeez Louise. So the Airbus A380 was designed, and it took them about 10 years to make this beast of a plane. It's 2 stories, full from start to finish. I'll give you some stats on it, because, I did a bit of work. I'm excited to be here. So it's 73 metres long, guys. 73 metres long. And its wingspan is 80 metres, so it's actually wider with its wings than it is in length.
It's about as long as a Maxi Gorn torpedo punt.
That's right, and that's something really relatable for those Ohio fans, a AFL player in Melbourne. Top speed of 1,030 kilometres per hour. I haven't done the conversion to miles, I apologise. And it has 4 engines, very important, 4 engines designed by the British tour de force of engineering, Rolls-Royce.
So I wasn't too far off when I said 6-ish.
6-ish, you were 2-ish more.
Yeah.
But no, there are...
You were 50% off.
Yeah.
In the same
you're
way,
not wrong.
In the same way that the Titanic had that, whatever compartments under it, so that if you broke through one hole, the whole ship wouldn't sink.
Mm-hmm.
There's 4 engines. You can fly in a dual engine plane with 1 engine.
Ah.
So with 4 engines, you got, you can.
We're okay.
So you could still go on just one engine. You could
Well, if you
crash into the Hudson River and land safely, for instance.
Well, Sully, yes, the film. I saw it yesterday.
Oh, of course you would have. I've seen previews
yeah,
to that.
of
I'm like,
course.
well, that looks fucking boring. I know how it ends.
Well,
It's Tom
no-
Cruise being serious. No, not Tom Cruise. It's Tom Hanks being
Tom
serious
Cruise?
with
Do
the
you-
mustache. I mean, that's good.
Is that an out for you, Matt? So you don't see films where you know how it ends? Is that what you do?
Not necessarily, but if it's yeah, good point. Like, but that one it's not even like a big. It's like and they land safely.
Well, it actually starts with that you close-minded old man. It's about the inquest around and how people really wanted to blame him for that. But yes, no, that instance they lost both engines just after takeoff and had to land on a river. Jess Perkins. So that's an interesting story. Do you want to talk about that?
Sure.
Yeah, well, that was the US Airways Flight 1549 on January 15, 2009. Captain was Chelsea Sullenberger, Sully's nickname, and that was an
His
Airbus.
name's Chelsea?
Yeah, I know. Isn't that interesting?
That's a lady name.
And he's got a stash.
It's also an area in New York City.
My name's Chelsea, but I know how to bloody be a bloke. I'll show you.
Oh, groom a little stashy.
I've got a stash and I love meat pies.
Does that come through in the movie?
There's a big meat pie scene. He's just like...
The first thing I'm going to do after landing this plane safely, straight to the pie store.
There's this scene right in the middle of the film. It's Clint Eastwood directed, so you know it's all tastefully done. But there's a scene halfway through where it's all about
Is it
inquest.
super patriotic? Republican
I
style?
think there's just a flag fluttering in the background,
'Cause he
if
made
that's
a-
what you mean.
He made American Sniper, didn't he? Which is often reprimanded for its over.
Yeah, he's a big Republican guy, and they're famous for being super, they're flag waving,
and the
patriotic
whole,
Americans.
Yeah, and the Trump and jeez.
Well, the Trump's apparently dropped the ball a bit, and he's left it open for Hillary to be the patriotic one.
Well, there you go.
I read it.
Stop getting distracted.
I read an article on BuzzFeed once.
Did ya?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, so the Airbus A380 is almost the Titanic of the sky in that it was designed so that it practically couldn't crash.
Sure.
But we all know what happened. Oh, except you didn't see it because you know how that film ends, don't you, Matt?
But Jess did a podcast on it. So
Oh, did you? When was that?
About the Titanic.
A couple of months ago, I reckon.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
How was it received?
Oh, well received.
Well received.
3 red like a 4? Or?
Yeah.
Cool.
Everyone was a big fan.
I mean, it's definitely a movie about a thing that fucks up is more interesting than this thing almost happened, but everyone's fine.
Yeah.
Wow, this was a fun way to spend 2 hours watching some people land in a plane safely. That happens every fucking day.
You'd rather watch them die.
Yes.
I feel like you're being actively contrary to...
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, one of us has to take that role each week.
And it's always Matt, funnily enough.
You're such a naysayer, Matt Stewart, with your raw comedy check. I'm so sorry. I'm just on a thing.
Some of us didn't win Raw Comedy.
No, you didn't. I never won either.
No, you didn't.
We didn't enter, but we were nominated for the Golden Gibbo in the year that Lessons with Lewis won the Raw Comedy and the Gibbo.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you got the bloody double.
You got the
You
double.
got the
Raw and the Gibbo that's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's
It's kind of like this year with Gibbo and Barry, I think.
Barry Gibbo smashes Raw Gibbo.
In the
so
rock
he can-
papers. Talking about Melbourne references that Americans wouldn't care about.
Tell us your faivourite parts of Ohio. Where do you go there and get a good coffee?
Well, the Black Keys are from Akron,
Stop
Ohio.
getting distracted.
Well, they
Airbus
made-
A380.
one of the Black Keys guys made the theme song to BoJack Horseman.
Have you heard the
Wow.
Song Exploder podcast about it?
Yes.
So good,
So
right?
good.
So
I would
good.
recommend you stop listening to this podcast immediately and go listen to that one.
It's a very good podcast.
Okay, we'll do.
You can carry 525 souls on the Airbus A380.
It's so creepy when they call them souls.
I know, isn't it?
It's so creepy.
It's like you're already dead.
Yeah. To us, you're nothing.
Which is so
But a
many
soul.
people. 525. That's so many people.
That's a lot of people.
That's about what you'd get in a room at an Aunty Donna show.
Well, it depends.
I mean, if your capacity is 500,
and
a
25.
few extras sneak in there.
Yeah. It's also about the amount you can get on an Airbus A380. So the bottom deck of the Airbus A380 is economy with first class at the front. Upstairs is BC business class, which is a huge layout. And where I think they make most of their money is that they have so much room for business class. There is a bar, an open bar.
Fuck, that's cool.
On the second level, where you can just go and hang out with.
bar.
Really? We can go and hang out with other business people and say, "Oh, it's very Titanic-y." You know how they had that whole class system. Sorry, I just thought I'd turn away from the mic. Yeah. So I've never been upstairs. I often, when I'm on these stupid planes, walk to the back and look up the stairs, but I never have been up there.
You're making me think. I thought I'd been on one, but I don't reckon I have now.
Yeah.
I don't remember stairs at all. So that's interesting. They have the whole top level.
They have the whole top level. Obviously, it depends on who you're flying with. Etihad has your own personal apartment. You can get your own personal apartment on an Airbus A380, which is bed, shower, meals, everything, fridges, and
How much money do you have to be earning to spend the 20 grand or whatever it costs for a flight? It's like I can handle one shit day.
And you know what? Economy on that flight was very
Fine.
comfortable.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, who needs it?
And I didn't have anybody next to me, so I could put my feet up if I wanted to.
I wish for that. So
I
much.
fit in the little seats, and I got a blankie.
The classic thing is you got
Good.
that, but the person next to you is just the last person on the plane, and they've got your hopes up.
There's always that anxiety, like until they've closed the doors, and you're like, oh my god, it happened. It happened.
I hate that so much that I now get on as late as I can, so I am that person as
Right.
opposed to the
Much
person.
better to be that person.
Hey mate, I'm in here. Up you get. Yum yum yum.
And their little heart breaks.
Yeah. You go, oh, well, I'm sleeping on your shoulder. Believe. Yes. So yeah, the Airbus A380 pretty much is the pinnacle of air travel. Let's talk about Qantas Flight 32, shall we?
Okay.
Yes. Is this the one that nearly crashed?
No. This is just a flight from Melbourne to Los Angeles. Everything went fine. No, it's that one. 4th of November 2010, Singapore to Sydney. So as I'm sure many people who've flown know, if you do these big flights to say Heathrow or I don't know, bloody somewhere in Europe, you do multiple legs, so you might stop in Abu Dhabi and then go on to Heathrow. So this flight was refueling in Singapore on its way back from Heathrow. And just after takeoff, pilot Command Richard de Crepney was flying the plane. There's first officer, which is the co-pilot. A co-pilot's not a thing
But they're not
anymore.
actually called a co-pilot?
No, you have first officer, which is the co-pilot.
Yeah.
And then on this plane, on Airbus A380s, you also have a third pilot / I'm doing quotation marks, in the air, a second officer. So you have three. On this particular flight, there was a check captain and a training check captain, which is people who sit on planes and make sure the pilots are doing the right thing. Sort of like a supervisor or a
like a driving
auditor sort of thing.
instructor.
a secret customer.
Yeah. Mystery shopper.
So yeah, so
They're dressed up like a little child. Can
Yeah.
my boy come and have a look at the cockpit?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a 50-year-old man dressed up as a child.
I just love planes so much. And
What are you doing
got a
there?
little pad and pen.
It's like a Make-A-Wish fund.
Yeah.
Aw.
So yes, on this particular flight, there was 5 pilots sitting in the front thing. Another important.
That's a surplus of pilots.
That's a surplus of pilots. There's also, it's important to know that the modern planes, and particularly the Airbus, flies. A large part of how they fly is with the help of an ECAM, which is an electronic centralized aircraft monitor, which pretty much everything that's on a plane goes through this computer. Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
Is it funny? I don't know.
Oh,
Anyway.
it's definitely funny. I'll be chuckling about that all night long.
Very good.
Ecam. Can you believe it?
Anyway, 4 minutes into this flight, the left center engine blows up, and
4 minutes in.
4 minutes in
It's not
goes
very far in.
bang, and the pilots they go straight to the ECAM, and there is a massive amount of errors come up on the screen. They've been trained. There's very few Airbus A380 pilots in the world as well. They're considered to be the best for Qantas. The best pilots would be Airbus A380 pilots. They've been flying for 20, 30 years. They get paid very handsomely. So the pilots on this go straight to the Airbus A380 computer, and they've been trained that worst case scenario, you're going to have maybe 3 or 5 problems, 3 to 5 problems come up saying this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, and then you can go through the computer and fix it. 37 problems come up on this thing. And essentially what's happened on this plane, this is maybe a few years after, maybe a year after Qantas has got their fleet of Airbus A380s, and they've invested a great deal of money in buying these humongous planes. It's falling apart in the sky. So there's flap problems. I realised that was funny as I was saying that.
Flap.
Flap is the sort of like a braking mechanism in a plane where it rises up so you can get some wind halt, and there's thrust problems and all these connection problems. The plane is legitimately just falling apart in the sky. Any questions so far?
Nah.
No.
Great.
Just glad I don't have any trips planned.
I know.
Soon.
I was watching because for research for this, I watched air crash investigations this morning, which is real. I feel very safe on planes, but they talk about the 50 instances in flight history where things have gone horribly badly. Anyway, so they're concerned that the plane is going to catch fire, which would be the worst way to die, is being on a plane in the sky that's on fire.
Also, like when the engine exploded, it wouldn't have been like just a little noise. Like the passengers would have, the souls, I beg your pardon, the souls on board would have heard that.
I'm a soul.
Like they would have heard that. You would hear that bang.
No, they all heard it. That's very true.
That'd be scary.
There's a lot of testimonies of people going, hearing a massive smash and looking out the window and seeing one of the engines, one of the 4 engines, streaming smoke out the back.
Oh man, no! I would just be like, "I'm done."
And what do you do? Like you just sit there and just wait for it, don't you?
Oh.
Do these planes have Wi-Fi on board?
You would have an option of Wi-Fi, but I think it costs like $40. And even if I'm going to do, I'm not paying that much for bloody 20 gigs.
To send
20
send
meg.
mum an email.
Yeah.
Oh.
Going out, mum.
Yeah, I'm off. I don't actually know. I'd have to follow up on that, whether they have. I know business class and first class would certainly have that option. Anyway, so they're worried that the plane's going to catch on fire, so they're trying to turn off the engine, and it won't turn off, which is of concern. They immediately organise to turn back, and they go into the computer into the the landing program, and it says you can't land. You don't have without the flap capabilities that you need to do. They were a little bit overweight. They said you're not going to be able to land. So these 5 pilots all come together, and they're figuring out a way as the plane continues to fall apart. More and more errors are coming up.
Shit.
They're trying to figure out how we're going to land this plane and save 525 people.
Souls.
Meanwhile, this is an interesting part. It could only have happened in the last decade. Is Qantas sort of regalia from the plane? So, like the engine, the famous red kangaroo has fallen off the engine and landed on one of the islands that was below them, just outside of Singapore. So people are picking up big parts of this red kangaroo and saying a Qantas plane has crashed over Singapore or over that part of the world.
Wow.
And are tweeting about it, and it's getting to news things and saying that, a Qantas plane has crashed. And Alan Joyce, the CEO of Qantas, finds out about it through that.
Shit.
Isn't that incredible? But they also understand that they're actually still trying to land the plane.
Phew. That's weird.
Yeah, they used the software. They ended up calculating there was one option, and it left them. They could land, and it would leave them 139 meters of landing space, which on a 4,000 meter runway is not much at all. They had to get it precise. They ended up landing it, and everyone survived. But that's the most. I just thought I'd wrap that up. But the closest that Qantas has ever come to crashing, and it's very similar to the Titanic, and it was the biggest plane in the sky, brand new, sexy thing, and very, very, very quickly, one of the engines just fell apart. It ended up being a very small thing, as it always is, like a screw or something in an engine that was a little bit wrong, that made a whole friggin' engine explode. And
I reckon the one guy that was putting that together was hungover that day.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Close enough. It's good enough."
What was that? Close enough.
Close enough.
So that was one of the first ones in the air.
It was like I would say early days, yeah. So this plane that was supposed to be absolute foolproof almost became Qantas's first crash, and so yeah,
too big to fail.
Yeah, that's it. Richard de Crespigny, the pilot's gone on to write books about it, and it's been all over the shop.
Dick de Crespigny.
But also, it's a testament to these pilots who are these nerves of steel. Like with Sully as well. If you've listened to the flight recorder for that, have you ever heard that?
No.
I reckon I've heard a clip of it, and he's just like, "Looks like we are gonna have to crash land."
Yeah, he goes, just so the plane's called Cactus to the radio to the tower. It's like Cactus, whatever it is, 120. We've lost both engines from a bird strike. Birds flew into the engine.
Shit.
And so we're going to turn back to the airport. And we're going to hopefully land.
Just so calm.
And the other guy, then the tower goes, "Okay, so I'll just organise that for you." And then he goes, "You okay? So you're ready to turn back?" He goes, No, we're losing altitude, so we can't do that. And they go, okay, do you want to go to this place in New Jersey? He goes, no, we're going to land in the Hudson. And he goes, what? He goes, we're going to land in the Hudson. And then he stops talking and then just lands the plane
Holy
on
shit.
a friggin' river. But don't see that movie because you know what happens.
God forbid.
Look, I mean, tell me you wouldn't enjoy it more if you didn't know how the story ended.
Well, like, it's what happened. I know, I was like, World War II movies, I know how that ends. I guess Inglourious Basterds plays with that in a very interesting way. Wow. But tell me you wouldn't just go see every film that Tom Hanks is in.
Yeah, because it's Tom Hanks.
Wait, and I actually do really enjoy biopics. And I'm normally watching them. They're normally got a sadder end. And I'm like going, yeah, maybe this time he'll pull through, you know? But on that one, I'll be like, maybe this time
they'll
stack
die.
it. Yeah.
It's one of those films as well that you got to see at the movies or Netflix because it's not going to be on planes. You're not going to be able to watch this.
They cut out all the scenes that are
in flight.
distressful.
It's just a nice flight where everyone's happy.
Yeah. It's just that for 2 hours.
But
have you been because I've been doing a bit of flying recently.
You are well travelled, Jess. I can't imagine the things you've seen and the places you've touched.
Such a piece of shit. But no, I like how they alter movies on planes. Have you?
Oh, it gives me the absolute urts.
It so much, and they'll alter out or they'll dub words.
Oh man,
like swear words and stuff like that. But it doesn't match, and it's so obviously dubbed. And it's like all they said was shit. Let them say shit.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
care.
weird. But what airlines are doing that? Does Qantas do that, or is that just more conservative countries?
Often dependent on the the
route
country and what their beliefs are and yada yada yada. But I watched Nice Guys, which is
I watched
so
Nice
excited
Guys
to see, and I was so with a lot of flipping and friggins and shirty and
and it's like,
man.
come on. It's so obvious what you're saying. Like I can lip read. I know what you're saying.
I don't know if that would worry me then.
No,
if you know anyway.
No, it bothered me a lot.
Well, there was Shane Black made that film, and he's notorious for his wonderful language, and it was just shat all over.
Shirt all over, thank you.
Which is a crime against film.
Crime against film.
The problem is if they actually change the storyline and stuff. You're you holding that up? Your mic is
my mic
hanging by a thread.
is falling apart.
Oh shit!
It's falling.
Oh no!
Who made this?
Well, I'm proud to say now, not me. This is
was Evan, was it? So my mic. What's happened for all the listeners at home on your train to work or your drive to pick up the kids from school?
Whatever you're doing.
Is my mic stand just fell out of the table and I caught it and everything's okay. Proceed.
Talk about it's like watching Sully at work. You're just so
calm.
wasn't it? Oh, and my microphone is falling out.
He's a professional.
I can't wait for the movie of this to come out.
He's a professional performer, and I believe he's been doing a lot of voiceover work lately. So, he's good with the microphone.
Yeah,
well, let's just put it that way. I'm not short of a penny.
Well, he's buying new Porsches and Puntos. What's your catchphrase on one of your ad voiceovers?
Well, the one I just did, I'm probably not allowed to say.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's probably not allowed to say.
But I sing a song. For another campaign, I sing a song about a card. And I wear a colourful suit.
Yeah.
With 3 other men.
Sing a song about a card.
It's
so
like a
weird.
really masterful card, like
and
for a big shopping place.
Masterful card shopping place.
Like a Woolworths.
Hallmark?
But not that.
Are we talking Hallmark?
No. What's a Hall? No.
He's not bright. I'm so sorry about him.
Coles MasterCard. I'm in the Coles MasterCard.
Okay, that feels like a more solid clue. Coles MasterCard.
Yeah, he'll be here a while.
Oh, Matt.
He does
wap,
this.
wap, wah, 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 wah.
The places you've seen.
This
and
is
touched.
fun.
It is fun.
Can I replace?
No, I think we need Warnicky. You can replace me.
No, Warnicky is done. You guys, you're hedging your bets on a loser.
I feel like you and I are interchangeable.
You and I?
Yeah, a friend of mine once said she saw an Aunty Donna sketch and she said, he's like a male version of you.
What your friend
That's
didn't
great.
understand
None of
was
me.
that
I thought it was
you're
super
just
funny.
like you've watched so much Broden that you talk like him now.
Yeah.
Yes, we talk like the same people. I'm Jess Perkins.
I want. Can we get a photo for like if you have Twitter handles and stuff? Because this is the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I
I
want
am
to take a photo.
reclining now with this gigantic stick, and I'm talking on the potty, and I feel like everything's gone awry. This is my Qantas Flight 32 moment. As I try to keep things together.
I've got a photo. Yeah, we've got photos. We've got photographic evidence. We'll tweet that out with the
Was
episode.
that okay though? Did I do an okay job? Should I have prepared more information?
Look,
I'm so
you
sorry.
didn't bang on anywhere near as much as we normally do,
I'm
which
so
is
sorry.
probably good.
I wanted to be precise and tell the story, but
I
I'm not
like
a
it.
good storyteller.
You're a
I'm not.
great story. Hey!
I'm not a stand-up. But what I could do is I could act it for you.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Da 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 da
Oh,
da.
there's sound effects.
Qantas in the sky.
Uh-huh.
I hurt my voice. I had to hurt my voice. All right.
Aw.
Good morning. I'm the pilot of the plane. Now it's time to fly. Oh no, bloody engine's gone fizzy.
Excuse me, sir. Hey, I'm just wondering.
One of the souls.
Yes, just wondering if everything's okay up here. You look a little frazzled.
You have an injury. Who are you?
I'm just one of the souls from down back.
What are you?
Up top, actually. I'm from BC.
Business class. Well, come on in, good sire. Would you like maybe a Chivas Regal? Or maybe a can of Fanta?
Ooh. Why
This
not
is
have-
your home, sir. Please.
Could I have one of each?
One Chivas Regal and one Fanta. Sure.
Yes.
Do-ba-da-da. There you go. And for the lady?
Are the same.
Oh, well, that would have been good to say before I made his drinks. Right. A do-ba-da-da. One Chivas Regal and a can of Sprite for the lady.
No, it was Fanta. I wanted a can of Fanta.
Excuse me?
I said I wanted a can of Fanta. A fan of Canter.
A fan of Michael Cantor, I think he's the artistic director of the Malthouse Theatre Company in Melbourne. Anyway, I'm so sorry, madam. Gee, she's so difficult, isn't she, Matt?
I'm lucky I'm wearing my name badge.
Oh, yes, Matt. All right, and here's your can of Sunkissed.
No! I'm going to
Scene.
throw a bird into this engine.
So,
No,
well,
don't.
This is the delicious Chivas. I was just wondering, just looking out the window over here, is there any issues with that smoky thing coming out there? Is that okay?
Well,
or-
I'm gonna answer you. I'm gonna answer you both because I don't like to beat around the bush. But first, who wants a little snack?
Oh, I'd love, yeah.
Love a
Yeah,
snack,
Love a
yeah.
snack. What do you got on
What do you
offer?
got there?
Well, we just hand around a couple of little sandwiches. There you go. There you go.
Oh, cucumber sandwich.
Yeah, there
Don't
you
mind
go.
if I do. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Curried egg for you, for the lady.
God, I don't eat eggs.
Excuse me?
Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you have the curried egg. A lot of... We're on a Qantas plane.
Oh, this is a great little sandwich.
Yeah, well, I hope you like it. It's made with love.
Ooh, I can taste the love, and it is delish. But if I could just bring your attention back out the window, that
Absolutely.
smoking mess out there, is that going to be an issue for us?
Well, let me tell you something. We believe in three things here at Qantas.
Great.
We believe in great customer service. We believe in ripper singers for the boys and girls. We believe in watching movies that aren't edited.
Really? You
That's
got
what we
the
believe
good
in.
stuff.
And they crash, and everyone dies because he wasn't paying attention.
This is the Inglorious
Pilot was
Bastards
serving
version.
sandwiches.
Yeah, he's a bad pilot. He's a bad pilot.
What are the four others doing?
Hey guys, let's play the secret sound.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, we can see it.
Yeah, but it's not for you. It's for your listeners at home on their drive to work or they're picking up the kids from. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
secret sound?
Okay. Tweet in.
I don't know what you
Hashtag
think the secret sound
do
is.
go on secret sound.
It's all about the face he pulls
Yeah.
on. It's like,
Do we have a prize, Jess, in the cabinet for them? First correct answer.
come on down. The first correct answer would win.
They'll win this. They win.
They win the sound itself.
They win the sound.
You can own that sound. It's worth $18 million.
Wow.
Like Paris Hilton owns That's Hot, saying That's Hot.
She owns it.
Well, she bought it, I think.
Who do you buy that from?
Target.
Uh-huh.
Target country.
Should have known. Should have known.
Welcome to Target Country.
Oh, we're into
we've
another
got-
sketch now.
Got some hot tuna t-shirts and some Christmas stuff.
This podcast has changed a lot
I'm
since
so-
Warnicky left.
I'm so sorry, Dave Warnicky.
Nah, don't worry about him.
You Warnickied out. Oh, man. I was trying
Hey-
to make a funny pun out of his name.
You can't. We've tried.
Hey, bro.
Oh, here we go.
I was wondering because often we haven't. We don't always, but we sometimes finish the podcast with some fun facts. Do you have any fun facts? Any fun plane
I feel like
facts?
the whole thing was pretty fun, to be honest, and I don't think it's really fair for you to spring fun facts onto somebody
Look, I'm only.
who has gone out of his way.
Look, I'm just
to join
I'm
us
just
on our
asking,
podcast
I'm just
and done a
asking the
report.
I
Fun
can
facts.
pose the question.
What's your
Fun-
favourite
fun.
plane?
My favourite plane is probably the Airbus A380 because
Yeah.
that's the only one I really know.
It was
And
the
also-
first time I'd got on a plane because I got on the plane and I could see the stairs, and I was like, "What?"
Did you say first time you've gone on a plane?
On a plane that had stairs on
Oh,
it.
right. Okay.
It had an upstairs bit.
Yeah, fancy plane.
Fancy. And I was like, "Oh, la di da."
No, I haven't got any facts. Have you got any questions about planes? See
Yeah.
if I know the answers.
Okay. Oh well. What? I saw a video recently where,
Ooh, la-di-da. Huh?
and it was like like one of those sort of like an artistic impression. Fuck. And it was talking about the plane of the future, right? And they were just
Oh,
going to
yeah.
turn it all like big through like projections and stuff. They made it look like the whole plane was glass.
Yeah.
And you could see
Oh,
out through
no.
everywhere.
Seen
No,
that.
And they'd
no,
make it
no.
night and day when they wanted to.
Do
Yeah.
not
Sort
of stuff.
enjoy. No.
Are you familiar with that?
No.
I have heard of that, yeah, and it's got, you can, so the idea would be you'd be sleeping and you could look through the roof and see these stars. There's a lot of conceptual planes out there, people making planes that never actually get made. There's also this blimp plane that looks a lot like the Hindenburg, which is doing its legs at the moment. It crashed the other day. Google big Hindenburg-looking plane crashing in Europe somewhere.
I'm
And-
Googling that exact phrase.
Because don't you reckon the Hindenburg would come up?
No, well, we're going to find out.
Big Hindenburg-looking plane
Big-
crashed in Europe somewhere.
But
Look that
not
up,
the
Jeff.
Hindenburg.
There's also an idea that someone had that, so, you know, essentially, imagine a plane without wings. What would you call that? What would you call that part of the plane?
You call that the body.
The body of the plane is, you can be picked up by a bigger, wider plane, and you could pick up multiple bodies of planes and fly people. So you can fly 3 times the amount of people on one plane, which is a new thing.
It just brought up the Hindenburg.
Oh, well, that's
Let's watch the
funny.
Hindenburg video
Isn't that
then.
funny that
Oh, the humanity.
if only one of us had predicted that as
That's-
being obviously what was going to happen?
Is that a fact? I
Wow.
guess that's just ignorance, is that all the humanity actually comes from, you know,
Seinfeld.
comes from when the Hindenburg crashed and someone was, you know, commentating it.
Oh, the humanity.
Commentating appropriate, yeah.
That's so great.
Oh, the humanity.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's not really, that's like just, that's not a fact, is it?
Yeah, that can be a fact.
Great.
I'd say claim that one.
I'd
and
say it
and
is
shut up,
fact.
Matthew. Hang on. And it's fun. It's a fun fact. I deem it fun.
I find it really boring when Jess flirts with all the guests. It's so boring.
We never have guests.
Am I the first guest?
No.
Second.
Who was the
guest.
first guest?
Nick Mason.
That tram driving motherfucker. He's got a very famous podcast.
He does.
He's got a great podcast.
I've got to listen to that.
The Weekly Planet. The Weekly
It's a great
Planet.
podcast. And he's a great guy.
We're going to get him on
I'm a big
again.
fan.
One time Aunty Donna was doing a comedy room, and Nick Mason was there, and he was standing up at the back of the room eating a soup.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's fucking weird, Nick Mason. To be eating a soup at the back of a room.
He's a rich, eccentric man who
A rich
has a-
eccentric man.
and he has like a robotic suit that he wears and fights crime in it.
Is he? Oh, because he looks like Tony Stark.
Is that what you meant?
He is Tony Stark.
Sure.
I think Dave Warnocky is so charismatic and such a good host.
Yeah.
And I'm sad that I'm not here when he's here. That for me to come on means that he can't be here.
No, that's not true. One of us could definitely.
Yeah.
I reckon you are the mix of Jess and I. If Jess had my voice and
That
beard.
is so true. I actually am. If people say that Jess is bro, and then the royal me, they're Broden. And Maddie,
Yeah.
and we've got that ginger, thing.
Yeah.
We both just love it. We're just out for a good time.
We're the
Me and Matt.
Ginger Boys. Broden and I are starting up a comedy duo called the Ginger Boys.
We've already drawn up our Excel spreadsheet. We've got the finances organised. We reckon we can be earning upwards of $20,000 a year next year.
I love it. Each
Hey, we're
or
the
in
Ginger
total?
Boys.
Oh,
and
that's
that's
not
going to be...
Okay, yep. Yeah,
Hey,
sure.
welcome to the show with
Oh,
the Ginger Boys.
I kind of feel like you're just doing a Broden impression now.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
We
that's
just
what it
thought the best way to do this
It's
would be
two Brodens.
lots of Broden.
Hey.
Bro, I think you could just go solo if you wanted. You could ditch the loose
I
weight.
don't
over
have
here.
self-confidence.
Oh, stop it, you're gorgeous.
No.
Stop it. We do need Warnocky though, because he's the one who's good at like wrapping things up. Are we done? I don't know.
Yeah, I think we're done.
We're done.
Hey.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Why are you sorry?
I feel like I didn't bring enough Qantas
Broden,
information.
Your mic is more movable than mine. Come over here. Come over here. Come over here. Not the mic. You. Come here.
Yes.
You.
Yeah.
You're bloody great.
Thank you so
Touching
much.
your face.
Perko. Wait, thank you,
You're
Perko.
bloody great.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks for coming.
No, it's been an absolute pleasure. And hey, guys, congratulations on all the wonderful success of your podcast
And our just careers in general.
and your careers in general. You guys are fucking doing so well.
So great.
You got a wonderful kid back home, Maddie and Jess. I'm sure will find her way. And is this normal? Is this normally how things go?
Yeah, pretty much.
I broke your fucking mic.
That's right.
I've treated you with malice and disrespect.
Yeah, but that's kind of what we expected when we invited you, so it's okay.
You fucking idiots.
Well, let's wrap this shit up. Hey, Broden, where can people find you on the interwebs?
Yeah.
The dark web.
You don't really have a personal.
Have you done a day on
presence,
the?
do you?
Have you done a day on the dark web?
No?
Oh, someone do the dark web.
What is that?
The dark web is the web below the web where people you can only get there a certain way, and it's where people buy drugs and child pornography, and you can get people assassinated. Look it up.
I feel like,
It's really interesting.
Feels like it's a real slippery dip. Once you put
you
your
wanting
toe
to
in there,
add
and all of a
It's
sudden
a
you
slippery
kill one enemy, and then bloody
The
hell, all
dark
of a sudden
web, the slippery dip of the internet.
The slippery dip.
Hey, thanks so much for having me, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's a dream come true for me. And I'm sorry we keep interrupting your podcast with us screaming.
No. I kind of miss it when you're not around. Hey, Matt, you should also plug what you're up to in the next couple of weeks, shouldn't you?
Yeah. So I'm doing a Melbourne Fringe. If people are in Melbourne, I'm doing a first solo show at the Melbourne
what?
Fringe Festival. It's called Pretty Dry. It's on at the Courthouse Hotel from the 26th of September into early October, from 8:30. And it should be fun. Obviously a bit, like if you know me from this, a little bit fucking loose,
One
but
of the
it'll be...
I'm pretty dry.
funniest guys in Melbourne, Matty Stewart.
I agree.
Big fan.
Very, very funny.
Stop it, you guys. Hey, that's very sweet of you. Broden, where people find you on Twitter at Aunty Donna Boys.
That's true. That's true.
And your YouTube channel is
The Aunty Donna channel. We put a video up today. Let's read what some people are saying.
Okay.
Because they're so nice on the internet, as you guys know.
Yeah.
Let's see.
My favourite that I had on one of my videos was unfunny.
Oh, that's a good
one.
That stuff always hurts more than like bald fuckhead for me. Like bald fuckhead, I can take. It's the stuff that's like you're getting worse.
It's like, oh.
Everyone's really nice on this one we put up today, but someone just wrote like something real hurtful. Like people say you guys are genius. That's ridiculous. But someone wrote that, and then someone just wrote, "You cunts are cooked." No, that's not it.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah, oh no, it's something like they're sliding.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, they're losing their touch. Now
Oh.
that may well be, but I work real hard, And John Wallen, if you're listening to the Dugong podcast, then bloody, I'm sorry.
Hey.
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 How long have we been going for?
A while.
Over an hour now.
Jeezy,
fine.
crazy. Do you do prefaces on like those? You know how on big podcasts they do like 40 minutes of, hey, you got to check us out here. This is
No.
great." They shit me to tears.
Yeah, they're awful.
Oh,
Don't do
gross.
that. Matt, let's promise to never do that.
I promise.
Until someone offers you money.
And
to
then
do
we'll
it.
totally do
no,
that.
definitely for money we would do that.
Oh, yeah, big time.
But I reckon we'd just do it in the show while you were sitting here or whatever. I don't think we'd record another pre-thing.
Yeah.
I'd slide a thing across and say, could you read this Coles MasterCard out?
And I'll be
please,
like, I
for
love
me,
that it's the best MasterCard you can get out there. It's so good.
Great rates. Feels like this outro has been going for about 40
Yeah,
minutes.
too long.
But I think it's like this is all gold. And it's like,
Oh,
if you
that's
find
okay.
gold, keep digging.
That's what they say. That is what they
If you
say.
find
That is
gold, just fucking keep digging that
That's what
gold.
they
You'll
say.
find some
That's
more
what they
gold. Make gold necklace. Say, hey, marry me, baby. This is how your podcast shit, and it just sort of fades out on this.
I'm picturing that it's faded out long before.
I'm
but
so sorry. But I think we've all learned something today about planes.
Yeah.
yeah, they're fucking boring.
Yeah, unless they crash, in which case they're very interesting.
But I still don't want to be on one that crashes, please.
I love them. I love flying in planes. I'm always happy to be on a plane.
Do you know what I did on my most recent flight
Here
home?
we go.
Is a
Here we go.
14-hour flight. I slept for about 8 or 9 of those hours.
I'm so jealous of
I've
you.
never done that in my life. I'll never do it again.
Oh, man.
But I was just, I did take painkillers to knock myself out.
Well, that's great. I wish I could do that. I'm so jealous of you.
Can you sleep on planes?
No, I cannot. I can sleep for 30 maybe minutes tops.
Yeah.
I'm very close to Lounge Pass on
Oh.
Virgin. And I'm
Oh,
gonna,
that sounds like it's
Exciting.
once I get that, I'm going to do a cum.
He did say the cum jokes were coming.
Yay.
And there they are.
Broden Kelly
I think
does
that means
it
we
again.
can now finish
One
the
trick
show.
pony.
Check us out on @DoGoOnPod on Twitter, and our email address is dogoonpod@gmail.com, and we're also on Facebook at /DoGoOnPod, I think.
Yeah.
Dugong.
Dugon.
Pod.
So,
Dugon.
what a pleasure it's been. Thanks so much, Broden, for
No, thank
being
you, guys.
in here.
Oh, it's been a joy, and thanks everybody. I love you all.
I
We'll
love
see you around
love
around the traps.
Bro,
Yeah.
bro, I love you.
Oh my god, it's getting too real in here. Laters.
Bye.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.